Thank you for starting your week with us. Welcome to ARIRANG News Break. I'm Han-Dan in Seoul. We'll begin with the latest on the deployment of a powerful U.S. missile defense system to South Korea. North Korea has shown its first official response since Seoul and Washington announced their plan to deploy THAAD, and it says the decision will prompt its military response. Kwon So-ah has the details.
North Korea says it'll take physical action against South Korea and the U.S., a warning against the allies' decision to deploy the U.S. Terminal High-Altitude Area Defense System in South Korea. According to the state-run Korean Central News Agency Monday, the North's military is ready to strike against Seoul and Washington the moment the two confirm the location of the THAAD system, threatening it'll turn them into a, quote, sea of fire. South Korea and the U.S. see the stationing of the system as necessary to better protect South Korea from the North's missile threats. In Monday's statement, the North said the THAAD deployment is part of Washington's plan to dominate the world. The KCNA statement is Pyongyang's first official reaction since Friday's announcement was made in Seoul, following immediate oppositions from China and Russia, which believe THAAD would hurt their own regional strategic interests. Kwon So-ah, ARIRANG News.
A U.S. think tank says North Korea's submarine-launched ballistic missile program will still require several years of testing before reaching operational status. It's also been said that the North's ongoing efforts to develop its missile program reflects the regime's plan to neutralize the THAAD system. Kim Mo-gyun tells us more.
In a report written a day after the North tried unsuccessfully to test-fire another submarine-launched ballistic missile, U.S.-based North Korea monitoring website 38 North said it's possible Pyongyang will launch the missiles more frequently as it attempts to perfect that technology. The report, written by John Schilling, an aerospace engineer at the Air Force Research Laboratory, said North Korea's increased pace of testing its mid-range Musudan missile means their missile development is not limited only to the SLBM program, and even with frequent testing, more attempts are likely to fail over the next few years. On Saturday, North Korea conducted yet another SLBM test from the eastern port city of Sinpo that broke up or exploded at an altitude of roughly 10,000 meters. The launch came just 24 hours after the U.S. and South Korea confirmed the deployment of THAAD, an advanced missile defense system that could intercept North Korean missiles to South Korea. Because of this, North Korea's latest attempt is seen as part of efforts to overcome and neutralize the powerful defense system. Kim Mo-gyun, ARIRANG News.
Japanese Prime Minister Shinzo Abe has tightened his grip on the Japanese Diet as his ruling party won big in upper house elections on Sunday. A huge boost to Abe's drive to amend Japan's pacifist constitution, which would allow Japan war potential capacities. Oh Soo-young tells us more.
Shinzo Abe's Liberal Democratic Party and its junior coalition partner Koreato swept to victory in Sunday's upper house election. This victory strengthens Abe's grip over the Japanese parliament and gives him the mandate he needs to push for a referendum on revising Japan's post-war pacifist constitution. The constitution has banned the country from using offensive military force ever since the end of World War II. Article 9 declares that Japan will forever renounce war and the threat or use of force as the means of settling international disputes. This includes militarization on land, sea and air, as well as maintaining other war potential capacities. Abe and his ruling party aim to amend the post-war constitution and expand Japan's military activities to build up normally functioning forces under the principle of collective defense. To put the decision to a nationwide vote, the pro-amendment faction needs the backing of 2/3 of the representatives in the upper and lower houses of the Diet. While Abe's parliamentary support may bolster the drive for a referendum, there's a strong sense of skepticism among the majority of the Japanese public, who have been staging protests against Abe's plans. Oh Soo-young, ARIRANG News.
The man who killed 5 police officers in Dallas and injured 7 more was reportedly planning an even bigger attack. The city's police chief says 25-year-old Micah Johnson was angry with the recent killings of black men by police and wanted to kill white officers. Speaking on CNN Sunday, police chief David Brown said he was convinced Johnson had wider plans. Brown also said police are trying to find the significance of the letters RB that Johnson had written in his own blood near where he was killed by remote detonation by police. As the investigation goes on, hundreds were arrested Sunday as Black Lives Matter protests spread throughout America. On a visit to Spain on Sunday, U.S. President Barack Obama demanded an end to anti-police violence. He will travel to Dallas on Tuesday, where he will speak at a memorial service for the slain officers. The curtain has come down on the 2016 European Football Championship in France. This year's winners were Portugal, who beat the host nation 1-0 after extra time on Sunday to claim their first ever senior international title. Portugal had to overcome the odds after their star man, Cristiano Ronaldo, was forced out of the game with a knee injury in the first half. The Real Madrid forward attempted twice to run back onto the field, but he had to be stretchered off the pitch in floods of tears. Eder scored the winning goal, a long-range shot with just 11 minutes left on the clock, making Portugal the new champions of Europe. And that wraps it up. Keep it tuned to ARIRANG for more domestic and global news updates throughout the day. Thank you for watching.